I have to say, sometimes I pick the greatest music.
I love it. I was dancing.
So, hello, Teri. Hello, Betsy.
Hello.
Hello, Gerald. Hello, Teri. So
Hi.
nice to see you.
And so everyone knows, in the descriptions below are links to, here you go, all of our channels. That way we can, all of the links are in the descriptions. And that way, because we found out recently, YouTube doesn't like it if you click on something in the chat and go over there. It doesn't actually think you subscribed and blah, blah, blah. But all of that information is below. While you're there, please, do all of the YouTube-y things, like, share, and subscribe. It's free. And so
Did you guys see what Book Bewitched said? Scared me senseless. Peed a little.
I did.
That is the comment of the day. Thank you. You win the prize.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, this chat is flipping so fast. Holy
The
cow.
chat is flipping. So everybody, this is being simulcast on my channel and Teri's channel, so you may not see all of the chat. I will do my darndest to make sure that we catch everybody. And let's say hi to some people so we can get caught up in that. But hold your questions for a bit, because we're going to talk about what's going on with the energy. What are the three of us noticing for ourselves and others around us? Because we've had a lot of big stuff going on. So Viviani is here, and Viviani is actually on both channels. Thank you. Ness, I have your question starred. Hello, Ness. Jonathan Daly is here. Hello, Jonathan. Shaw Woman, hello. Merita, hello. And getting caught up. Annie Bear is here. You just had Annie Bear on yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, she's such a joy.
So
what a gift.
Brenda T is here. Hi, Brenda. And Sharon Donnelly, good to see you. Again, please hold your questions for a bit. I'm glad you like the music, Ness, and the notification just popped. Funky music. Tanita is here. Hello. I need to wear sequins for this live. Well, I think sequins are always appropriate, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. Plucky Heroine. And Plucky Heroine is identifying that, yes, this is the best chatters. So that's excellent. I don't know if I said hi to Sharon Donnelly. Book Bewitched, hello. Yeah, sorry to make you pee a little bit, but that sort of makes me happy. Rossi is here. Martha Bean. And Jackie's Crystal Moon. Good to see you. And just getting it.
Ireland. Oh, the motherland. Oh.
Shelley. That's great. And okay, getting caught up. Ooh. Lady Silver. Silver is here. Thank you, Silver. Linnea A. Good to see you. There's some people I haven't seen in a while, so this is good. And
it's a nice group.
Yes. So I'm just seeing who I've missed. And oh, that's why I put slow mode on. Yeah. Big Dag Mom. Hello? There's that big dog mom. Dog mom. So
wait, what was that, Val, you started to say?
Yeah. Sorry. Patricia is here. Hello, Patricia. And
that's my sister. Hi, Patty.
Oh, hi.
Well, hi. So
I see the button that says stream this to your audience, and I'm afraid if I click it, I will explode the internet.
Well, that's okay. Well, okay. So, Ness, your question about how to ask questions, pause. Don't ask questions yet. Wait until we've gone through some of our stuff, because we're going to talk about some things. So, and Sonia is here. Hi, Sonia. And Michelle Krantz is here. So good to see you. Actually, how do I do both channels? You actually go over to Teri's channel and then it's like swapping. It's like going to a party and you have two groups of people that you are saying hi to. It's like, and Sherry and Jackie has liked on both channels. Yeah. Gomez Adams is here. Hello. Dusty Rose, good to see you. Thomas, Tarot Your Way is here. Thomas will be on my channel on Monday. We're going to be doing a Tarot the Stash Way with Angela and Deb, and we are talking about how to ask a good question, how to formulate a question when you're doing tarot. And hello, Coyote. Good to see you. All right. All right. So, and I love it. So many people. Can I pet that dog? So, all right. And okay, so love it. Well, you can have one of them muted. So that's sort of how I do it. It's just like high school clicks, but we're cooler than high school clicks. So okay. So I'm caught up in chat. Everybody, thank you very much. I am asking people to hold your questions. Let's see what today's word is, shall we? This section of the video is brought to you by the word moxie. Everyone say it with me. Moxie. Moxie. Energy, pep, courage, determination. Use your moxie to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Moxie. I like moxie, and it seems appropriate. Lisa Keller is here. Sharon Donnelly. I did see Tarot ask backwards. I've probably missed some other people, so good to see Candy. There's Jeff. So let's talk about the energy. What have people been noticing about the energy going on in the world? Because, yeah. Because just last Wednesday, we had a blue supermoon, second full moon in a calendar month, and the fourth full moon in the season. And it was both, and it was the closest to the Earth, so it was huge. And retrograde going on. And what? Is it easier to say which planets are not in retrograde?
Yeah, kind of.
I think so. Yeah, right now.
So it's like holy mackerel. But Teri, you were going like this. Say a little bit more about that.
Okay, so I did this meditation the other day. It was just on my own, but it was there was this energy coming at us, and it was like those clamshell rides at the amusement park, like at the carnivals that go spin around and around. Well, that was going on, and it was going up and down and around and around. But then there was this energy coming at us while we were doing it, and it was just blowing your hair back like you've had 10 facelifts, just. And I keep hearing all month. I've been hearing "buckle up, buckle up."
Oh, okay.
It was fun though.
Well, and it's fun because you've got that attitude. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What about you, Betsy?
Yeah. I was telling Gerald backstage. I've found myself experiencing a lot of energy and a lot of angry energy. There's a lot going on here on Maui. There's a lot of accusations flying, unfounded, and there's just a lot of controversy. And so that one's been really strong for me. And it makes sense with, where we are with astrologically. And especially this ride that we've been on for the past several years, it all makes sense. It is not anywhere near comfortable for me at this moment, but I understand it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's so hard to, I think for me is there's been so much going on and it feels like things have come to a head. And it's like when it's like okay, a gross analogy, I'm sorry, but sometimes you need to remove the pus in order for things to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like this week, and Teri, sorry. But it's very much, it's like you need to have this release so then things can start to heal. And you remove the poison in order to help the body heal. And that's really, it's really powerful. So
It is a lot of letting go right now. That wind is blowing everything out of the way that we knew it, and new energies coming in. So yeah, being on that ride is really a lot of releasing. And that's change is not always fun, is it?
No.
In the moment.
And it just feels like the old ways kind of see their demise ahead of them, right? And there's a lot of kicking and screaming and tantrum throwing between them coming to the end of their journey and new ways taking over. And that is so dramatic. It just plays out with such a loud voice.
Yeah.
That, yeah. Being grounded, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, I think the best chatters are actually bringing up a lot of things that are, because when this energy stress shows up, I think we all go about it in different ways, and all of those ways are important. Like Annie Bear was talking about, night 8 dreamt I had 2 energy upgrades to experience both gorgeous blue, one strings and one like bubbles. And some people, I have watched a lot of chat where people are talking about they can't get any sleep. There's no rest for it. And are you one of those, Betsy? Okay.
Oh my God, it's been rough. I was pretty good through the full moon, but after the full moon, it's been rough. My guides woke me up 4 times a few nights ago with somebody's name. And so I reached out and messaged them. I haven't heard anything back, but they're like, I don't even know what it's about. I don't know if I'm supposed to contact them. I don't know if they're thinking of me. I don't know if it's them because they're on the other side trying to get a message. My biggest pet peeve with my guides is I'm not doing cold cases if the person who needs to hear the information is not placed before me. So that's ultimate frustration.
Yeah. And Lori said we have 5 planets that are in retrograde, and I think Venus just went direct. Something like that. So, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of judgment that comes in with this too, I feel like, at least for me. And a lot of the people that I'm talking to is that we're judging our past performance, our past choices. And so letting go of that judgment and that shame and that guilt is a big part of this too.
Yeah. And Book Bewitched said, "You must be exhausted." And I'm just going to put that up there, and I'm going to read it. You must be exhausted. And I'm going to say that to everybody.
We just leave it there for the rest of the day. Everybody just say it. Put the music back on, Gerald. Say it with me.
Yes, everyone say it with me. Exhausted.
You must be exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, you have to lance the proverbial boil. And, people strapping yourself in. Oh, and Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy is here.
Oh, hi.
Good to see you. Oracles of Healing Light, I believe is that Natalie? I think. Trying to remember. So I'm just getting caught up. Sally is here. Sal Rods, good to see you. Oh, Sonia was talking about a salt bath.
I love that.
Okay.
Ocean.
Well, jealous.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I don't like baths, so I don't.
I have a hot tub. I get in there a lot, but
Mm.
Did you guys see that Julie Kuchawatch is here?
No.
ooh,
Getting caught up.
Really?
Getting caught up. Coming in late. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. And Lori said, I'm going with a mindfulness of going underground and spending quiet time with Mother Gaia when needed. Good for you. And
Yeah.
Viviani was like, I can sleep, but during the day, I feel restless and overwhelmed.
yeah, lots of that.
Yeah. And Linnea A said, lots of things breaking too. Breaking up. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. So, okay, here's a question from Gomez. So this energy would cause people to fight to the death, perhaps? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I think what it is it depends upon the person, I would think, and the energy around them, because some people, they do that. They have extra moxie and they're going to stick to it.
My guides are telling me that it is the energy that people will stick to their position and will refuse to alter their course or deviate from their path, which I guess could be a roundabout yes, but I think it's a little bit different. It's talking about a little bit more about being stubborn and unwilling to shift.
I am not stubborn at all. Do you believe me?
You must be exhausted.
Teri, what were you going to say? What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, I see that people getting upset with change. Like we get upset with agents of change, and agents of change are like number 45. You know, there have been a lot of agents of change in our lives this time. The GOP, perhaps parts of them. And having number one, I've always felt like we need to have a safe landing place for our dear friends and relatives that have drank the Kool-Aid. And that's important because sooner or later, some of them will feel that. And I have people in my family that have felt that. And, you know, we just had a big family reunion and it was great, but also protecting yourself. So, and Annie was on yesterday and we talked about, she was talking about protecting yourself with cornmeal and salt around your house, the perimeter of your land. And so I think it's a good idea to think about that, what you can do to protect yourself energetically. And
yes, and I would add to that, now is a really good time to take care of the small things that help you feel protected and that help you feel safe. So maybe it's that extra bottle of water around you. You know, the first of the month, you blow cinnamon in through your front door to help bring in money. Light some candles with the intention of cleansing the space. And then I'm a big supporter of this idea that nature abhors a vacuum. And so if you're clearing stuff out, then be willing to put it in with what you want. Put it in with love, with light, with energy. Put on your favorite album, the one that makes you giggle and laugh and dance around, and just do that and fill it full. Because I think when we fill that full, we're telling the universe, this is what's here. This is what's going to be here. Stop trying to put anything else in. This is my house. This is my area. This is what I want. And if it were me, I'd be at, I'm the one with all the moxie. I'm going, don't try it. So, and by the way, just so that everybody knows, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't pop back to the universe or your guides unless that's the relationship you have. Betsy, are you thinking something?
No, not necessarily. I'm actually kind of finding myself calming down, which is pretty cool. I'll take it.
Yes.
I was running so hot earlier this morning. I have on the lightest shirt. The fan is going full tilt boogie. I had my hair up. I was just like completely drenched in sweat for the longest time.
Yeah.
Aww.
There, and Dusty Rose had said people around me are fighting with each other. And, Gomez said so much arguing. And I think this is really, I think it's really very important for us to, Viviani said, I'm already stubborn. Hi, stubborn, this is me, so, Julie Johnson is here. Hello. And Sally calls herself persistent, not stubborn.
Well, and that's a really good point. So labels, we label our feelings, and that's really important for self-awareness, that we can label when we're angry, when we're stubborn, when we're but another thing is naming your ego, because your ego has a lot with shaming and giving you guilt. So my ego is named Petunia, but I've also named my higher self, and my higher self is named Star. And so every once in a while, like yesterday, Star had to have a talk with Petunia. So that was kind of nice. I realized what was going on in my head, and I was like, okay, Star, you got this. Take over.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And Sonia said, Betsy, I like the colors in your picture behind you.
Stunning.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know what I'm trying to do here, folks. Anyway.
It's beautiful.
Dream Dragon. There we are.
And Sally said, I love that, Teri. Driven and motivated. And I think this is one of the things is Sally said, I live alone and the arguing is horrific.
Right.
Well, but I think,
right?
that is a really healthy technique to name the different parts of yourself.
Yeah. I
mean, and the other thing that I do is I actually set a timer for how long I'm going to wallow in the self-pity.
Oh, love that.
Yes. Yes.
And so, and I want to bring up something. Book Bewitched said, my dad passed away past Saturday after a long illness, and my family is crunching all grieving stages in 2 days. I am so sorry. That is so, so difficult. I am sorry. And when we're done Book Bewitched, I'll light a little candle to offer some comfort and understanding and wisdom and patience, because those are all things that might help a little bit, but grieving is a messy process. And unfortunately, it is not, it's not linear.
No, it's not.
Oh, there's one person that's trying to run the show and make everybody schedule their process with this particular person's process, and their expectation is that everyone will follow the same timeline and end at the same timeline. So just beware that there's one person that's going to have an expectation that you will all be in the same place at the end of the 2 days.
Yeah. I want to bring up the question that Ness had, and Ness, if you're still here, I hope, because you were asking specifically Teri, so we'll stare at Teri to answer this question. No, I'm kidding. What does a channeled message mean? Personal questions or asking famous leader questions?
Right. For me, a channeled message means a message from spirit. And you can channel it, we can channel it, different people will channel it. It even comes in at a different place in your crown chakra. For me, that energy comes in. And then doing personal messages. So it might be from your guide or whatever. And then mediumship is connecting to your loved ones on the other side. And that's different. It's a different connection. And it's a little bit outside because you're not bringing them in, you're conversing. Is that what would you guys say?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. That for me as well, it's a very similar ability, but just so the public can understand what's happening is I refer to channeled messages as from spirit guides or animals or higher selves or any other kind of non-physical entities' wisdom. And I refer to mediumship as connecting specifically to loved ones, or if you want a direct answer from your guides. I will put that in with mediumship sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. And I think, and Ness, this, it's not an academic, where you share information. This was such a good question, and we thank you. And in fact, I think it was Betsy, you were like, going, our guides actually say thank you, because this really just helps to get all of us on the same page. This is so good. You're like
backstage, Gerald and I were talking about what was our launch pad for the day, and your question came in just moments later, and I was like, hey.
Yes. And this is a live where we take personal questions. So if you have a personal question, if you have a personal question, you want a reading, because I want to be respectful of everyone's time. We'll try to get through as many of them as we can. However, if you think about it this way, we're going to give preference to questions from people that we haven't read for in the last 2-3 weeks. So we want people who haven't asked a question for a while, or who haven't had a chance to get a question answered. We're going to give preference to them at this point. We do take them in random order, and we want you to be here. And by the way, there are 54 people watching.
Wow.
And I want to say thank you, everyone, very much for watching. And I have your question, Ness. I did start a couple of other questions, so let me get caught up with those. And Tero asked backwards, said, bad retrograde stuff today. Oh my God, before I even ask it, the members of this health plan are crazy. Okay. Who threw me into the ring? Ninja Blender. Oh, Thomas has laryngitis, and he's been speechless.
Wow.
So I hope you know. Oh, and Book Bewitched said, my word for the day is reveal, or revel. Revel. Moxie is my granddaughter's dog's name. Cool. And also from Book Bewitched is, with Mother Gaia having horrible wounds, the anguish is shocking, especially for those nearest the wound. Yes. And by the way, and Book Bewitched said, I didn't mean to dump that in here, just trying to relate, but apparently I just dumped. And apparently you needed to do that because you brought a lot of meaning to the conversation. Yeah. So welcome to the Best Chatters Club. Oops, wait a minute. Damn. Welcome to the Best Chatters. So Book Bewitched, I'm glad you're here. That was really helpful.
Yeah. I like the way you could see the forest instead of just individual trees on that topic about the process. I appreciated that.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to the starred comments, and now I have a whole bunch of things. So questions are closed. We're going to close the questions because we've got a whole bunch of questions. So readings are closed. Questions are closed. I'm like, did I mention that the questions are closed? Okay.
And guys, here's my personal disclaimer. If you ask a general question, have your pencil out and be prepared to take dictation, because that usually for my process means you're going to receive homework from your guides about all the things they want you to change.
Yeah. And definitely. And we will. You're welcome, Ness. You're welcome. I'm like I said, I'm glad you're here. So this is
Yeah.
awesome.
Great
And,
question.
yeah, great questions. I should rephrase this. So it says readings are closed, but questions are closed. And again, we may not get to all of them. I'm giving preference to people who we've not read recently for. I'm looking at the last 3 weeks. So if you've had a reading about a topic or something like that, I'm going by that name, maybe by the question. So I'll be doing those. And look at this. I'm going to here. Let me give you a different word so that you can keep here. Let me. Oh, here you go. This section of the video is brought to you by the word laugh. Everyone say it with me. Laugh. Laugh. To show emotion, such as mirth, joy, or scorn, with a chuckle or explosive vocal sound. Have a good laugh and like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Laugh.
Well, that's awesome.
You should see me. I'm at home and I'm just doing these, having a good time. So, okay, Ness. You start with Ness. Do you see my why roommate getting worse or better?
And this came up also when we were backstage. That's not the right question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how would you rephrase that? Why is her first initial?
Okay. The question should be. The question is. Okay. Is that? I want a clarification. Is that roommate experiencing a serious illness, or is their health at risk?
Do you see Y's health getting better or worse? So that's much more. She is an ex roommate.
Oh, okay. Ex roommate. Health.
Do you see Y's health getting better or worse? Serious health issue. And again, we're for entertainment purposes only, so. I'll go first. It's actually going to. I have the 5 of Swords, so it's going to get worse before it gets better. Is how it feels. There's it's not done coming all to the surface yet. However, there's going to be some good work that's done to help Y with this. She went a health treatment a few weeks back, and now is the wait and see point. Okay, So this is a it's going to be a bit more of a process for getting this person's health back on speed, up to speed. And I would also think it's actually, this is the Knight of Cups, and it does feel like it's going in the correct direction for her, because the water is very much about healing, and this is someone who is actually helping and moving toward that. So I think, but initially it's not going to look like that. There's going to need to be some more work, and unfortunately maybe some more tests, and a different person or two to look at it. So do either of you have anything?
That's exactly what I got. I just didn't want to have to say it first. Here's what I got is this high point where she is now. This is the trajectory. It's going to look like she's going on a kind of a downhill, and then it's going to stabilize as we get further down the road. But that there is some stuff ahead, and it may not be easy stuff ahead, and it may not be comfortable to watch, but there's stuff ahead. But to remember that there's a curve. It's not a downhill, it's a curve.
Yeah, I got so this picture of her, Ness, and she's wearing a hat, and she's like she's being kind of jaunty about it. Actually, she has one eyebrow up, like let's see what happens here. But she's saying that's not all, folks. There's a revelation coming in. So something new is coming up. I agree exactly what Gerald and Betsy said. There's a change, something different, or maybe even a new. Oh, she loves hats. Yeah, she's very jaunty. So Moxie, and she has something new. It might even be a new diagnosis, but this is entertainment only, obviously. So the capacity to love that she has, and hopefully that she can accept that other people send her, because that's going to bring her abundance. I do see things working out. She has Moxie.
She has Moxie. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ness, I thank you for asking the question. Said, yeah, that's what I felt. Okay. And new diagnosis, I think she was misdiagnosed. Okay. Jeff, please put your question in again. Tarot asked backwards so that I can capture that. I think that's why there's a lot of issues. Yeah. I think this is right diagnosis. We'll clarify things. Okay. You're very welcome. And by the way, I did see Nancy Acrone's intuition come in, and there we go. So, Book Bewitched said, "Do I get a special hat with the Chatters Club?" Shh, Book, listening. I'm not listening. Listening, not talking now. And Merita said, "It's a halo. Check your mirror."
I love that.
Merida for the win. That's beautiful. Boom. So okay. So I'm loving all of the questions. So okay. Thank you, Jeff. We need your dad's name, and so
Dad's name and date of birth.
Dad's name, date of birth.
He's got it all.
Yeah, I see it as a giant filing cabinet. So when you say dad, how many cells are up there that identify as dad? And if you say a single name like Ralph, there's a lot of Ralphs that can answer that question up there as well as down there. So let's make sure we're getting to the right one. That's
and I captured this. Lori said, "I like naming the ego. I call mine the committee. I don't have just one element to my ego. Many members in the committee all want to join in the conversation. Of course they do. And if it was my mother trying to get one of my sisters to stop talking, she would say, give her some taffy." Give your committee members taffy. So, okay. Oh, thanks, Ness. That's beautiful. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Okay. John Joseph Bailey, July 8th, 1950. So I want to hit Jeff's question. Does my father have a message for me from the great beyond? And I want to highlight this too. So we have that. John Joseph Bailey, July 9th, 1950.
Oh, I got a little something to start us off. I think there's probably more, but the thing is, he's talking about the tarot tube and the whole world of magic, and how maybe it wasn't something that you guys were able to agree on Earth, but now he's really into it. I just see this person smiling, and I mean, it's this enormous smile on this being's face. And there is so much joy and happiness. And I want to say the word funny, that it's funny that there is this connection that is so strong now that he is able to be with you in this way that was not something that anybody maybe could have predicted. The strength and the depth of how important it would be to him on the other side. But apparently now this is very important for him to be involved with you on this path from the other side. And he's not saying for you to do anything different. He just wants to express how much fun he is having participating in this at this time.
I love that. So he's showing me this drawing. It's kind of hard to see, but it's basically a U-turn. Like it's either he's been on this path or you've been on this path, Jeff. And you head out this direction, and all of a sudden, and you wind up in a cul-de-sac. And the cul-de-sac, in the center of the cul-de-sac, there's beautiful flowers and joy coming up. Oh, he would tune out a lot and shut his eyes. Yeah. So he's made a complete 180. And he's also telling me you've made a complete 180. And he acknowledges he's just so very proud of you and very happy for you. And he stands behind you. And in fact, he kind of rubbed the back of my almost my crown chakra, but the back of my skull there.
Oh yeah, he I mean, this lines up perfectly with what the two of you are saying. He's actually really enjoying what you're doing. You like to play with words, and that makes him happy. It makes him giggle in this sort of mischievous way of, oh, well, look, I see what you did there. And it's because I have the 6 of Wands, which is a card of victory in everyday life. It's the 3 of Wands, which is what he's doing is he's actually holding his hand out for you to be able to see higher than what you could. He's got a slightly different perspective than you. And it's almost like he's whispering it in your ear or encouraging you to look a little farther, look a little farther, look a little bit differently. I mean, and then I love these 2 cards. I got the Lovers, which is a card about partnership. And elephants never forget. And then I have, and I love this, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins, where it's a family of elephants. So there's this, he may not be here, but he's here. And so he's offering you that assistance, Jeff. Go
Jeff,
ahead, Teri.
I saw you speaking French a minute ago, and I don't know if he spoke French to you, but he does say "je t'aime," He sends love, and he's happy for the love of your heart and the love that you're finding for yourself, like your joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he said, okay, so he hated it before he died, and he would tune out and then shut his eyes, and it makes sense. I wish I knew of what he was proud of, LOL, but I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, those cards are all great.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
Because he kept telling me to read his name that I have written down, and it's because the last name of Bailey. And you may hate this, but this is what he's saying. Every Christmas, he wants you to watch the movie with George Bailey one time for him, and to let the message of that movie seep into you. It brought tears to my eyes when I thought of it. That is it cheesy? Yeah. Is it overused now? Yeah. Is it a movie you may personally despise? It's possible. There's some elements to it that are unenjoyable for you, but he wants you to watch it for him. And he's not saying this Christmas. He's saying every Christmas he wants you to watch it for him one time to remember the transformation that George Bailey has at the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's powerful. I can tell that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and Natalie was saying these are so loving. The love is felt in this. Absolutely. And Jeff said, we were like a married couple, as my mother, his ex-wife, nastily says. She says, I was like a wife. I wrote a poem by that name inspired by her. I mean, and I don't think it matters what if there's a specific thing he's proud of. It's just you're good. He's proud of you and what you are and who you are. And he's getting pushy. He's like going, make sure he hears that. It's like, you may not get along, you may not always agree, but you turned out okay, and he had something to do with that. Now I'm going to put my hands down. So,
yeah, I got that too. He was proud of you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. He was a Fulbright scholar in French. That's how I learned. I was born over there. Nice.
Amazing.
And that's incredible. So, okay. Does he really? I remember his not watching it, but he hearkened back to it. He liked it. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I stopped drinking basically because he is not around, and we loved it together. Good. Okay. So a lot of love for you, Tarot Ask Backwards, Jeff. It is the Curious Travels. Thank you, Jonathan. It's the Curious Travels Tarot deck, and purchase responsibly, know your limits. It's a fun deck. I'm really enjoying it. So, well, and your father would say you are too. So include yourself into that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
So, I'll grab my
Mine's around here somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I'll grab my
All
Barbie.
right. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is a great redemption story. It really is. And by the way, I sometimes watch that in like July and August when it's really, really hot out. So Michelle Krantz. Let's see if Michelle is here. Where'd my phone go?
Does anybody ever love to rewatch It Happened on Fifth Avenue? It's kind of along those lines. A hobo that winters in a fancy mansion on Fifth Avenue, and the homeowners come home and they don't let on who they are, and the hobo he's like ruling over this ever-growing cast of people that come to stay in the house. It's a total redemption movie like that too. It's hard to find for free, but you can find it on a lot of streaming services. I just love that movie.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna look for that. I love that movie. Yeah.
The guy that plays the lead, old character actor, he's just so adorable. He's so lovable. Yeah.
And the clothing. And
I love the clothing. Hi, Stacy May W. Catitude. It's good to see you. And Wiki is here. And okay, going back to here, I can do this now. Michelle Krantz. Please pick up the white courtesy phone, Michelle Krantz. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Hoping Michelle is here. Sharon Foster said that that's a great movie. So, and there was a question. NASA asked if you have a PayPal or a Venmo, Betsy.
Yeah, I do. I'm not really prepared to figure that out at this moment, guys. But it sounds like maybe I should think about it.
Well, yeah. I've included all of that stuff into the description below so that people can support however they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
It's interesting. I always have myself as Medium Betsy Palmer, and I took it off today specifically, but that's pretty much where I'm listed on everything. So easy to find.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Jonathan. Curious Travels was picked up by US Games. Okay, so I don't see Michelle. We'll hold on to that. How about Dawn? I've not read for Dawn. Dawn Osberger. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Dawn. And I appreciate we've still got a lot of people watching, so I think this is great. Thank you, everyone. And again, y'all are the best chatters. So boom. And okay. I'm not seeing Dawn. Dawn. Okay, well, just catching up. Don't see Dawn. Hair swish.
Wait, I see Dawn.
Dawn is here. Hello, Dawn. Good to see you.
Dawn.
And Stacy May says, I have a love-hate relationship with mediums. They hate to read for me, but I am one. I like the challenge. So it's like, well, okay. Dawn, okay.
I don't know that I would book an appointment with someone if that's what I thought about them before I met them. Sorry.
Do my guides have a message for me? Thank you. So, Dawn.
I actually got something for Dawn straight away.
Great.
It is, what is your rush, darling? You are taking on too much too fast. You need to sit back and digest a little bit and redefine where you want to go. I think this might have something to do with your spiritual process if you're trying to develop or deepen your intuitive abilities and skills, or if you're wanting to strengthen your relationship and your direct communication with guides. It may be that there's so much out there available for us now on this path that it's like trying to grab it all at once. And this is a little bit of slow down, and take a moment to redefine where you're going with this. I think this step will be very helpful. Do you want to do this publicly? Do you want to do this privately? Is this something for your own benefit? Is this something that you're going to take out into the world with others? To get really very clear about how your path and your desire will serve you for your best and highest good. This should bring joy to you. This should be invigorating to you. This should be a very happy thing for you. It should not be a high effort. It should not be costly.
Wow, that's amazing.
Guess I'm off my soapbox now.
I love that.
Well, had I known that, I would have gotten this out for you, Betsy.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here to please. So,
Yes,
all right,
thank
Teri,
you.
what do you got?
Well, I've got this big flower. Oh my gosh. Okay, that thing's just not going to work. But it takes up the whole page. Like it's just like Betsy was saying, you're blossoming. Things are unfolding, and at the center of it is your heart, your beautiful heart. So, they're saying as things unfold, as things blossom, remember, always come back to the heart of it. Always come back to what brings you joy. What is your authentic, what do you authentically want? Like sometimes you'll start something and put all this energy in it, and there are so many different ways to go, right? And there's so many different strands. There's so many different chords of love and exciting chords of abundance, and how to fertilize that, how to grow it. But always keep coming back to your heart, because your heart's going to show you where to go.
She said, yes, I've been trying to sit back and just listen.
Yeah.
So, Dawn, what the two of these amazing channelers have said, conveying the message, I also got that you've had your tower moment. Things have been unsettled for quite a while, and you've had this lightning strike that has got your attention. It's like, okay, I'm noticing that. And I need one of you can help me with this. It feels like your guides are actually trying to help you with a structure so that you can work at your enlightened level or your enlarged level. So Betsy's shaking her head.
Yeah.
And so this is the Hierophant, and I think the Hierophant has a bad rap in the tarot. It's oftentimes called the religion card. It can be that it's the structure card to help people have their individual and personal experiences with spirit. So this is about the lessons and the teaching and the practices to help you have that beautiful connection. So, and by the way, when this happens, things are not always going to go well. You're going to get the 5 of Swords. You're going to have to clean up. You're going to have disagreements. You're not going to like what you're hearing. It's a process. However, overall, it's the 9 of Pentacles. You get to be comfortable with where you are, and you also have the ability to it's going to take some time to grow and build. And you need to keep showing up. And part of it is you need to be comfortable with what this feels like now, because it's different than what was. And it's neither good nor bad. It's just different. It's like, okay. It's like when you drive a new car. It's a great car, but it's like, okay, I used to be able to drive, and I used to change the channel, and I used to fast forward, and I could do it automatically. Now you're having to pay attention to it. So that's what I have for you. I think it works really nicely with what everybody said. So.
Yeah. How's the automatic writing and the pendulum working out? Those seem like the 2 divination tools that they're highlighting for me.
Okay. Automatic writing and the pendulum. Got that, Dawn? You don't have to automatically write those down. You can do that consciously. Jeffrey, my husband, is here. He's in the kitchen, so he's listening. So
Hi, Jeffrey.
He's chef lurking.
Yes. Oh yeah, lucky you.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's chef lurking, but he's hanging out in there. So, thank you very much. That was great, Dawn. I'm glad that you're here and joining us, Dawn. So, by the way, Michelle, are you here?
I haven't seen Michelle.
Okay. And Julie Johnson, and then I see Jonathan Daly's birthday's on Thursday. So we'll do, let's see if Julie Johnson is here. Julie Johnson, please pick up the white courtesy phone. Julie Johnson. Julie. Oh, I do see Michelle is here.
Oh, yay. Michelle is here.
Okay. Can we switch between Julie and Michelle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes. If Julie's here, would you put in David's full name and birth date, please?
thank you. Okay. So, okay. Did I say Michelle? Okay. Nujer, anything new with my love life?
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Gomez. Go to sleep. Get some good rest. You're welcome, Dawn. I'm going to start because, Michelle, you need to remember that you are all that. I mean, you have a radiant beauty about you and an energy and an energy. And it's time for you to allow that to shine forth. Because it feels a bit like you've been hiding that and putting it away. Perhaps overthinking some things. The 9 of Swords. I don't know what's going on. I think Teri and Betsy may fill in here, because I also got the 8 of Swords. So we got the 9 and the 8 of Swords. So the way you're thinking about things isn't working. It's not helping. Now, ultimately, as you figure that out, I have the 10 of Cups. So things are going to work out for you in relationships. But I think it's important to keep in mind, this is an emotional thing, but your head's in the way. I got a lot of head, difficulties with the thinking, Michelle.
I'll go. I get the same thing. Third eye and soul star. So the work that you're doing has been in the non-physical, an important component, yes, indeed. But there is a physical requirement that at this time is unfulfilled. So this tells me that there's a balance between the non-physical spiritual world and the three-dimensional physical world of matter. That these two, the two approaches need to come into balance together for you to feel this amazing wholeness of you, the amazing wholeness that is you. And I think Teri probably has a little more info on that.
I'm going to try this one more time. Oh, good. There it is. Okay. That's your heart, and your heart's on a string. And I'm hearing that song, and I don't know if these are the correct lyrics, but got my heart on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got this ring around my finger. So you've got, like your heart is kind of flying, like Betsy said. It's kind of out, not out there, but maybe you need to realize what you really want in your heart, because maybe there's been a lot of like all of us do this, right? In this group, probably we are all light workers, and we're really busy with all of that. And sometimes we need to come down to earth, reel our heart in, pull that string in. When you pull it in, you get Archangel Michael. So give yourself some protection. Know that you are all that. Carry your own sword, just like Betsy was saying. Archangel Michael gives you a sword that you can slice and dice those cords if you've got a string in your heart, because your soulmate's waiting. So I pulled soulmate for you. There's somebody there, and there's an enchantment that comes with it. So a beautiful feeling around that. That's just going to be beautiful. But get ready for it. Prepare.
And I would also add to that is I started off with the Queen of Wands, saying you are all that. It feels to me, you should sit in when you get up in the morning for a few minutes, knowing that you are amazing. You have this energy about you, and just to feel it within your body. Because Betsy, what were the chakras?
Third eye and soul star. So 6th and 8th.
Okay, so it feels very much like you are it. If you spend some time generating that energy, then it's going to start radiating out. And and I would also start, because this is a wand and it's red, I would start at your root chakra and your sacral and build that up.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, thank you for asking the question, and I'm glad you were here. So,
really good cards, Michelle.
Great reading. And
Yeah,
this is the thing about channeled readings, and why I like reading with these two people, is because sometimes a third of the message comes through me, a third of it comes through Betsy, and then a third of it comes through Teri, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that makes me very happy.
Full circle.
Yep, full circle. So, a light worker stopped by. Hello. And thank you, Michelle. Let us know if you had any feedback on that. And Julie, I did not see Julie, correct? So
let me double check. I haven't seen her, but okay. I was reading.
Brenda T, are you here? Brenda T. Was my recent illness a result of a Reiki session clearing my body?
Do we have the telephone? Is she here?
I'm going to do the telephone because it gets people
here. Yeah,
she's here.
Well, hi, Brenda T. Good to see you.
Can we have the telephone anyway?
Here you go. We're making Betsy happy. Brenda T. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Brenda T. Please pick up the white courtesy phone.
Thank you. That's what we needed. So I'm going to tell you what I got during the telephone, which is why I value that so much. That the Reiki isn't the cause of it. It just opened up the channel and processed things at lightning speed. That this was kind of an inevitable kind of experience, whether I don't know what kind of a recent illness it was, but this is something that was to have been experienced one way or another. And you could have had choices of illnesses in which to experience or process this through. This might have been one that was kind of dramatic, but came and went, and which is better than picking up something that is parasitic and hangs around for a long time. So that's what I got.
Yeah. I got something very similar. There was something like the energy in it released toxins. Like we hold on to things, right? And I got this. I love this card. It's release and surrender, and this beautiful this beautiful angel is holding this urn. And we talk a lot about the bucket, right? You've got your bucket. You carry all your blank in your bucket, and sometimes we carry other people's blank in our bucket, and we have to empty that out sometimes, because if you carried all that, you'd be hunched over and it'd be too heavy. But just carrying what you need, but a lot of times Reiki will release those toxins. Not a lot, but sometimes, as we go through changes, the toxins will start coming out. So it's a cleansing, it's a clearing.
Brenda, thank you for being here. I don't know you, but I'm going to be really caffeinated and unfiltered. It doesn't matter if it was. What matters is that you've gone through it and that you're releasing things that were stuck and were released, because we have, I really like this. We have the 10 of Wands, which is you're carrying a really heavy load, and it forced you to stop and to go, oh my God. The fact that you're asking the question, Brenda, is really important, because you're noticing energetically how things manifest out into the world. This is a big deal. I got the 9 of Pentacles again. This is that card of, it's a slow build. You're being successful and you're going to enjoy it. Allow this new perspective and this new awareness to help inform your decisions. Who was it? Odin was hung upside down by a tree to be enlightened. I'm not saying you should hang yourself upside down from a tree. What I'm saying is that if you are willing to adjust your view, I actually have a feeling that the energy that has been invigorated is going to start showing up a bit more. It's like, oh yeah, okay, Brenda T, she has this. They have this about them. And it's sort of like, ooh, like attracts like. Betsy's going like this. You get what I'm saying. I'm not articulating it well, but
yeah, it's not caffeinated and unfiltered. I saw someone, they showed me someone on their hands and knees vomiting violently in an ayahuasca ceremony. And I'm not sure if this is something you have done, something that you might do. I don't necessarily, they're not telling me this is something recommended, but they're just telling me that there's something that is similar in this process about your need to release.
Yeah.
And so think about it this way. If you have this dire need for release, what are you ingesting? Take down a diary of what you're ingesting and examine.
Okay.
Yeah. It may not all be physical either, Brenda.
Yeah.
And because a lot of times what we ingest is what we say to ourselves, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's release. But and also when you get all that energy, be gentle with yourself and give your body time to acclimate the energy.
Yeah.
Because the physical form has a hard time with that sometimes.
I got something early on that I didn't know who it was for, and then I decided it was probably for me, and I'm being told to read it now. Very early on, when we first came on, I saw an American flag fluttering, and the message was, someone needs to check their enthusiasm, spending too much time on TV news, and that it is unhealthy and harming your spirit. So I took that as a message for me, because I felt like I needed to be informed about what's happening in my community right now, but I'm just going to leave it.
I think that's probably a good message for many of us. So
Brenda said, I'm going to have more Reiki. They told me that too. They told me that too. If it worked that well, go for more.
Yeah.
And it is a lot to think about, and it's really good. And hey, I'm guilty of watching news. I think it's really important with the Reiki and the energy awareness, there's only so much you can handle of difficult or all of that gunk, and you need to take care of yourself for that.
Like dietitians say, outgo matches income.
That's true. That's true. I did see Mirella came in, and Patricia Stokes is here. Hello. And I think I already said hi to Wiki. And our last reading is going to be for Jonathan, because his birthday is on Thursday. How should I celebrate? How should Jonathan celebrate his birthday?
Jonathan, they're immediately showing me diamonds. I don't know if there's a place around you called Diamond or something, or Jubilee, but there's lots of sparkles around it. So that's sometimes diamonds mean Diamond Sutra, and it's a great awakening. Or if you want to do something else, but it could be a disco ball too. So I don't know where you want to go with that. I'll pull some cards too.
I got chill out spa day, the full Monty, like
Nice.
the shower into the different bathtubs, into the refreshing, energizing beverage, body treatments, scrubs, massage, the whole bit. Full on, like montage, spend the day at montage. You could spend the day at the Grand. It's kind of so-so. Four Seasons, yes. Kaylani, no. So we're talking top tier caliber. Four Seasons or montage, maybe the Grand, but book yourself the full on spa day. And be beautiful and fabulous while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling me now that I don't need to pick cards, but I'm doing it as a crutch. Because the thing that you have to remember, Jonathan, is diamonds happen when there's something under a lot of pressure for a very long time. It is time to not have that pressure and to allow all of the crap to fall away so that you can be the diamond. Stop it. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. This is the 9 of Swords. You're doing it. You're doing it again. Stop it, Jonathan. Quit it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's, a spa day would be great. You need to get out, celebrate. You need to lift your spirits. A disco ball is highly encouraged. I love that. I love that. And balancing all of the things that are going on, because there's a whole lot going on, and because a lot more difficult things are going to continue, and they're going to continue whether or not you take care of yourself. The idea is that you take care of yourself so that you can handle things.
Oh,
Spa day and a dance night.
I love that,
think
Marita.
I think so. A spa day
Yeah.
and a dance night, yes. And
Sorry.
Teri Watts is here too. Go ahead.
A giant fire truck just drove by my house.
Mm.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And they're backing back down the street now. Anyway, yeah. So, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'll be quiet now. I'm muting.
No, you're okay.
And okay, you know what I'm talking about, Jonathan. Quit it. Quit it.
Yeah.
You need to start spending some time with people who help to lift your spirits and to remind you that you are that diamond. And by the way, if you're with those people, don't be all grumpy. Don't do it. So
Yeah.
spa day and dancing.
I think Saturday night there's a big fundraiser music event at the Mac. Dude, I wish I could go. I'll be at work, but I think it's like Jake Shimabukuro, and well, there's so many that are happening like back to back, but Henry Capono's doing a big one, but like everybody that sings in Hawaii is doing a fundraiser at the Mac on the weekends.
That's incredible. Yeah. And I mean, you're going to have a good time too. And while you're supporting other people. And Peter J. Watts said, Betsy, you had me at full Monty, and Book Bewitched said Brazilians. And Peter was thinking that too. It's like, holy mackerel. So
yeah.
I think getting out and slough off the crap.
Have a free day. Having a free day seems like it should be kind of important.
Yeah.
Enough with the responsibility and the daily obligation to gift yourself a free day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm hearing let your light shine. So finding your authentic truth, what you want to do. So whether that's disco or spa or
well, and here's the thing: if you don't know what you want to do, start with the spa day.
Yeah.
And I would say, again, for entertainment purposes only, but a spa day is Tarot Stash approved. And this has been wonderful, and I am hoping that these two amazing people will join me again as soon as we're done. If we can get something scheduled again, that would be lovely, figuring out our schedules. And this has been a great show. And I have to say, a lot of it is because the best chatters were here asking the best questions.
Definitely.
So I think that's great. Teri, what have you got coming up?
I have Collie Healer on the channel tomorrow, and then I'm going to be doing Dream Detectives on Dream Detective Kate's channel tomorrow night.
Nice. Betsy, where are you these days?
Wait, I just thought of something. Jonathan, can we have a redo? Can we go back to the izakaya on Thursday for lunch? I don't know if you're actually what day you're planning on celebrating, but I could do Wednesday or Thursday. If you let me know, if you want to message me, if you want to go back to the izakaya. What am I doing? Sorry. I have Gerald and I will be together on the 18th. We'll figure that out. On the 19th, I will be on Purple Elephant Deb H's channel. We're going to be doing channeled readings there. And I will be back with Gerald on the 26th as well.
Yes. And the 26th is going to be interesting because that one's going to be channeling. It's going to be not caffeinated and unfiltered, but it's going to be really direct. It's going to be, just, like and subscribe, people. You'll be there. So
let's call it Blitzkrieg readings.
Blitzkrieg readings. Oh my God. It's been wonderful to see people here. On Sunday, I am with Karen, Sage Healers, Starseed Awakening 1111 at 6 p.m. on Sunday evening, doing readings on her channel. And then on the 11th, I have 3 lives that I'm hosting. I'm doing readings with Nancy of Crohn's Intuition and Jane the Secret Tarot in the morning. And then Tarot the Stashway with Thomas, Deb, and Angela. We're talking about asking a question. How do you ask a good question for tarot? And then I'm doing caffeinated and unfiltered that evening. And then Jamie and I on Tuesday the 12th at this time at our 4 p.m. Eastern, we are doing a live discussion about what tempts us to buy a tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that. And this weekend I am teaching a color confidence class at a quilt festival. So I might take some video, show off some of the quilts, but
ooh, yes.
Beautiful.
So, and Book Bewitched said, tell us all, Jonathan, we want to live your celebration.
Jonathan, if we go for lunch, I'll buy my treat for your birthday. That means 2 gyoza. 2 order gyoza.
And he said, okay, Betsy, let me see what day works best.
Nice.
Love it. And Sharon, thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for being here. Betsy, you're wonderful. Teri, you're wonderful. I appreciate it. I love sharing space with with you and all of the chatters. So if you've watched all the way, please leave a comment to let me know. And I think I'd like to do channeled readings again. This was good. And I appreciate people asking the question because it's so good. So, all right, everybody. Thank you.
All.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Let me get the outro. There we go.
Ahui ho.